Dear students, welcome to Dr. Raj Purohit's Law Learning Lessons. I am Dr. M.S. Raj Purohit, Principal Government PG Law College, Pali. Today, I shall discuss the historical background and outline of law of contract. In our previous lecture, we have discussed what is the law and why law is required and the functions of law of contract in day-to-day life. As far as the historical background is concerned, prior to 1726, there was no uniform law for the law of contract. In 1726, by a royal charter of 1726, there were establishments of mayor courts in presidency towns like Calcutta, Madras and Bombay, which were administered by English law with some modifications, whereas in other places the officials courts were there where there was no guidance regarding application of the law, and they are mainly guided by the principles of equity, justice and good conscience. This has created, because there was no uniformity of the law of contract application and in whole of the India, this created indiscrimination application of English law to the inhabitant of India, led many problems and inconveniences. So, in order to avoid this unsatisfactory state of affairs, the Calcutta Supreme Court in 1781 and thereafter the Bombay and Madras Supreme Court in 1797 were empowered to apply the laws and uses of Hindu and Mohammedan in suits relating to succession, inheritance, to land, rents and all contracts and dealing between two or more parties. The result was that apply Hindu law of contract where both the parties were Hindus and Mohammedan law where both the parties are Mohammedan. But if there are one party is Hindu and one party is Mohammedan, in that case, what would be the religion of the respondent's party? His law is to be made applicable in case of contract. Prior to our present law of contract, Indian Contract Act 1872. In 1872, Indian Contract Act was passed on 25th of April 1872, which came into force on 1st of September 1872. And thereafter, for the uniformity, this Indian Contract Act was made applicable to whole of India. This law of contract is divided in 11 chapters, out of which chapter 7 regarding Sales of Goods Act, which was replaced by the Sale of Goods Act 1930, and the chapter 11 which was regarding partnership, this was also replaced by the Indian Partnership Act 1932. Now after this, because the whole outline will be when we say the law of contract, then Indian Contract Act 1872. So chapter 1 to 6 is regarding the general principles of contract, and chapter 8 to 10 is regarding the specific contract. And as I have already said, that chapter 7 regarding Sales of Goods Act, which was replaced by Indian Sales of Goods Act, and chapter 11 that is regarding the partnership, it was also replaced by the partnership Indian Partnership Act 1932. So after removal of these two chapters, that there remains only 1 to 6 is regarding general principles, and 8 to 10 is regarding specific contracts. So in general principles, you will find that there are provisions regarding agreements, there are provisions regarding essentials of valid contract, there are provisions regarding the discharge of contract, there are provisions regarding the in case of breach is there, then what would be the remedies therefore. In case of specific contract, there are mention of the contract of bail, indemnity and guarantee, then contract of bailment, and then contract of agency. So These are the outline of the law of contract about which we have discussed, and thereafter we will take in our next lectures the one by one what I have discussed in this lecture. Thank you very much.